Getting into a home of your own has challenges more than ever. So, in this episode, I'm fortunate to have Barkley, Neighborhood Lending Executive at the Bank of America, to discuss, advise, and give us the resources to support hopeful home buyers. So stay tuned to this one. Welcome, AJ. Nice to speak with you again.
Thank you for having me.
Well, bidding wars, rising home prices, limited inventory. The past year has inspired many to, reevaluate their living spaces, and the shifts in the way people use their homes, combined with low mortgage rates. I guess it's led to a competitive market where a new wave of first-time home buyers is eager to change things up in a home of their own, but they face challenges. AJ, what say you?
They do. And so, everyone has really had an opportunity to evaluate what's next for them, or people who have been thinking about purchasing a home and now are saying they want to be more aggressive. It's competitive. I think one of the biggest challenges for first-time home buyers is really reserves to get in the home. And we are really, really focused on educating and removing those barriers and empowering people to begin this journey of home ownership.
Well, we're going to touch a little bit later in my chat with you on the community home ownership. That's exciting. But while many prospective home buyers can afford monthly mortgage payments, the upfront costs, as you say, in the current environment make home ownership really seem out of reach. AJ, the Bank of America does offer a wealth of resources and significant grant programs to help buyers achieve affordable and sustainable home ownership. That is correct, yes?
We do. And I think part of, when people are out here trying to think about get ready for the mortgage, one thing I would mention is being pre-qualified and being prepared, right? Because it's really competitive out there. So you're going to do that. And we do have in select markets a down payment grant program and a closing cost program, and both are non-repayable. So we're pretty excited. That's some of the feedback we've gotten from individuals and families, again, as a barrier for them to even think they could get a home.
Well, let's talk about the steps towards achieving home ownership then, and the hurdles that many first-time home buyers do face. What steps should hopeful buyers take before they begin the house hunt?
It's a great question. We always want to just drive around for, Saturdays and Sundays and look at all the houses, but I think it's really important, right, that you get a mortgage pre-approval will be your first step in the house hunting process. It allows you to know what you can afford. It puts you in a better position against, a competitive market where other buyers are out there, because then you're already pre-approved in terms of the underwriting. Also, it's important that you don't think about how, in fact, you're managing your current credit. You want to make sure you're stable and don't defer, from your plan or paying your bills on time. You don't want to do anything that creates the ability or creates a situation where you don't demonstrate your ability to repay. So pre-approval and kind of maintain the status quo in terms of your spending so you can demonstrate you can take on a mortgage.
So details of the bank's homebuyer grants, grants, buyers have received an average of, $14,000 since the Affordable Home Ownership Initiative was introduced. What other resources are available to help prospective buyers prepare?
Well, there's a couple things. If you're early in the journey and you don't even know where to start, we have what we call First-Time Homebuyer Online Edu-Series that you could do in the convenience of your home, where you there's lots of questions. You don't know what you don't know. And you can do that and ask anything, and the online tool helps you to answer those questions to get you to the next step and the next step and the next step. And then in addition to the First-Time Online series, we do have what we call Bank of America Real Estate Center that also you're at home and you're looking through properties, and those programs I just mentioned, the America's Home Grant and our down payment grant, you can even search in your current home to see which properties may or may not be eligible for the program, which is a low down payment mortgage, closing cost assistance, and down payment assistance. All of those things you can do without someone looking over your shoulder. You can do it in the comfort of your home. And then lastly, you should start to think about, if you're doing the pre-approval process, you'll be having a lending specialist help you, but it's extremely important that you have someone that you trust that can demystify the process along the way.
All right, let's get into this Bank of America Community Homeownership Commitment. Tell us about that.
So it's a low down payment. It's a combination of a low down payment mortgage, 3%, low down payment mortgage, one with mortgage insurance, one without mortgage insurance.
Mm.
And then you also have, like I said, the closing cost assistance. Just a little bit more about the closing cost assistance. It's up to $7,500 that a individual or family can use to either buy down their rate or to apply to non-reoccurring expenses. And then in select markets, there is our down payment grant, which is 3% up to $10,000 for down payment assistance. And so in both cases, neither are repayable. And what that allows people to do, Mark, is to take the funds that they were saving to use to, pay down their debt,
Right.
and or be prepared for them. When the water heater goes or something goes in your house, you weren't really planning on it. Yeah, right. And so we believe in sustained home ownership. So we want to make sure people are equipped to get through the ups, the highs and lows that usually happen in the first, 3 to 5 years of home ownership, where you just didn't even think about those things. So reserves are important, and the closing cost assistance specifically in Tucson is extremely important and can be leveraged.
No, you're so right. I mean, you remind me of way back when in my first home. I was so darn excited to get in the thing. I didn't have a cent left to fix anything or do anything else when those things came. You know what I mean? But you're dead right. Now, the Bank of America's Real Estate Center, this is interesting. It identifies the down payment and closing cost grant eligible properties for sale. And this is across the country, as well as list homes for sale, home values, previous purchase prices, and the recent home sales based on the latest data. And this is spot on stuff too. It's not a Zillow business here. We're overinflated or anything, right?
No, this is absolutely, it's a resource and a tool for you to look. You can sort by the properties that they're eligible for the program. It tells you walkability scores, school information, the things that people are very, very interested in, when they're thinking about home ownership. And the cool thing is you can do it from home. Like I think I mentioned that the days of Saturday and Sunday in the car with the realtor for 4 or 5 hours a day, going from property to property. Right now, a lot of things can be done virtual, right? And we're getting much better at it virtually. And so that's what the Bank of America Real Estate Center does. And again, it lets you know if a property is potentially eligible for these programs. And I think it helps people to, start to eliminate things that are not within their price range. And then lastly, you can actually do your pre-qualification and pre-approval through our digital mortgage experience, to do that from the comfort of your own home. Again, you want to be prepared because it's competitive out there. The one that has been pre-approved is going to have a better chance for a property.
That's exactly right. 110% correct. Be pre-approved, be ready, have everything. And, don't have your eyes bigger than your belly. You're starting off maybe with a first, yes, that looks wonderful and you'd love that. Well, set a goal to look for that in a few years from now, but start right where you are. Now, the first-time homebuyers online education series. This is fantastic. I mean, you could sit in your pajamas at 2 a.m. and have a cup of Joe. It's an online edu series. It helps demystify the home buying process, folks. It's available in Spanish as well as English. And the Bank of America experts provide an easy-to-understand roadmap, to buying and financing a home. It can be a little confusing for some people where they can go for more information. So what is that address, please, AJ?
Sure. I'm going to give you our overall address because you can get to a lot of things. It's www.bankofamerica.com/homeowner. And you can get to the first-time home buyer edu series that you just mentioned. And the fact that it's in Spanish is intentional, because we want to ensure that our clients and individuals in the communities we serve can have the opportunity to participate in the program. We also want to make sure we do have bilingual associates across the country to assist clients as well, clients and individuals and families as they're thinking about the home buying process.
Right. Well, you've got to do that. Okay, so AJ Barkley, listeners, is the Neighborhood Lending Executive for Bank of America, and she's responsible for identifying opportunities to drive successful home ownership among low to moderate income borrowers, underserved communities, underserved communities, and multicultural borrowers across the economic spectrum. Great job done. Thanks, AJ. We appreciate what you do.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me, Mark.
You're most welcome. I look forward again to speaking with you a little down the track.
I appreciate it.